Hi everyone! Today we are going to learn how to make a clay piggy. Right here I have in my hands air dry clay. This clay does not go in a kiln, but we're going to handle it just like the regular clay. It's a little hard, so we need to get it malleable. Malleable means it's soft. So I'm working the clay. This is called wedging the clay, when you push it into a wedge shape. What this does is it gets the clay nice and soft. And if there's any air bubbles in there, there won't be any air bubbles. But because we're not putting it in the kiln, it doesn't matter that there is some bubbles. Right. Now my clay is nice and soft. We're going to start off by making the body of the pig. So we are going to pinch off a good size ball of clay. We're going to roll that in our hands until we get an oval shape. So, alright, it's a nice oval. We're going to take the front of this oval, we're going to squish it, we're going to pull it up, and we're going to make the shape of the piggy's head. Another way you can do it is by pulling off a chunk, rolling that into a ball, and then adding it on. But because my clay is now nice and soft, I could easily make the head. So, our next step is we need to make some legs for these piggies. We're going to take this, set it aside, go back to our chunk. I'm going to squeeze off a pretty big chunk of clay again. This time I'm going to roll it into this really long roll. I'm going to pinch it and make 1, 2, 3, 4 even-sized legs. This chunk I'm going to put back on my clay. Set these 3 aside. Roll this into more of the leg shape. Then I'm going to squish it down. And we are going to do something called scoring. Now this has nothing to do with basketball. What this means is we're going to draw little lines on the clay that is going to help the clay stick together. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to finish off these other legs, and then we will attach all 4 legs to our piggy. See how my leg was just a little bit too big? So I pinched off the clay and I stuck it onto my big ball of clay. It's 1, 2 legs. I think this one might be a little too big as well. So I just pinch it off. Make it flat. The reason we're making it flat is so that it's going to stick together better. And the last one. Okay. Now let's score them. When I score them, I just do 3 little lines and then the line across. There we go. Now we're going to take our little piggy, smooth out the bottom to where it's going to go. Now I'm going to do the back legs first, and here I'm going to do little score marks as well. Then this bowl of water over here, I'm just going to put a drop of water. What this is going to do is it's going to help the clay stick together nice. So now I'm going to take another clay tool. This has a flat edge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to squish the clay together. Okay, so now that is 1 solid leg. Let's do our second leg. I've already scored. Get a little bit of water on that. Stick it on. This is where clay starts to get messy when you add water. That's okay. We like getting messy. We got 2 legs on. Let's do some more scoring. Little drop of water, little drop of water. Get our front leg on. I don't like how big this one is, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Always change what you are doing. You never have to keep it the same size just because you made it that way. See, I can already tell this leg is still way too long. Okay, so you see how it's a little hard to see on the camera, but this leg is a lot longer than the other legs. So I'm going to pinch some off and remake it flat on the bottom. Now, you can use your hands to smooth stuff out too. Sometimes your hands work even better than clay tools. So let's redo the scoring. Piggy leg put on. There we go. Alright, let's see how well our piggy will stand. There we go. He doesn't fall over. Mission accomplished. If he does fall over, you gotta pick it up and figure out which of the legs is too long or which of the legs is not holding the weight. And your legs can't be little tiny skinny legs. They gotta be kind of big. Okay, so let's give this piggy a nose and some ears. So I just pinched off a little ball of clay. I'm going to make it into a ball in the palm of my hand. Then I'm going to squish it. And it's a little too big, so I'm going to pinch a little off. Let's make it into a ball again. Squish it. And this is going to be the piggy's nose. So I'm going to score this and add a little water. There we go. We got our piggy nose. Now this one, I'm not going to smooth it on like I smoothed on the legs. This one I want to leave kind of sticking up so that you can tell it's the piggy nose. So let's give our piggy some ears. This time I'm going to make them triangles. So I'm going to shape it into a triangle first. And then I'm going to put a little hole in the head where I want it to go. Stick it on. Using a smaller tool. Squish that down a little. Squish it down on the back too. Another way you can make an ear instead of adding it on is you can simply pinch the head and you can pinch an ear up, which actually might be easier. There we go. We got some ears for this piggy. Okay. Clean my pointy tool. For the eyes, I'm simply going to make 2 dots. For the nose, nostrils, 2 dots. And a little happy face. And I'll zoom in and show you guys what that looks like. See the eyes, the nose, and the happy face. Alright, now all piggies need is a tail. This comes the fun part. You don't need too much. So you have a very small amount of clay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it out into a long, skinny log shape. Okay. I'm going to create a hole, pretty big hole, where I want to put the tail inside. Put a little water in there so it's going to help the clay stick. We're going to slide the tail in there. Squish it up a little. And then I'm going to make it a little curlicue tail. There we go. See my little curl. And there is our little piggy. Now we're going to have to let it dry. And then next time we can paint it with some very special paint.